Now, if you are new around here, we are doing a giveaway of up to £220 worth of FIFA points. There'll be 3 winners and it'll be announced on the 1st of March. So we're giving you the entire month of February to get in, and that is for us hitting 12k. So thank you to you guys. It is you guys who have done it, and we will be doing that giveaway on the 1st. So make sure to subscribe, send me proof, and of course, if you want an easy way of getting some coins, well. So if you guys are sick of losing in FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description, and let's get into it. So first of all, if you do have 0 coins, go on to your transfer market, go across to staff and managers, find some of the managers, get them sold. A lot of them go for 250, or if you actually see how much they sell for, some of them will go for a ton. So this guy doesn't, so we would just list him or quick sell him. But if you go along, you might find yourself a nation that's more beneficial. I know French, certainly, if you have a French one, if we have a look here, you're looking a little bit more, maybe like 700-800. And of course, if you do have any rogue hunters or shadows, you can always pop them up for a price. So a couple hundred coins there. I think shadow goes for a little bit more, so you're looking at like just under a K for these as well. And if you can't do that, you can simply go over to the objectives, complete some of this season, and you will get a coin boost, which will get you around 10k coins, 1k per match. So that's also another way. There's a ton you can do to get yourself coins right now, but what we want to do obviously is build from that, get a little bit further. So say you've got a K, you're going to want to do this filter here. So Cam, Spain, Premier League. So you go to 1,000 coins, there's a Rodrigo, and there is also a Pablo Fornal. So this one's a really cheap filter. If you go down to, let's have a look, 800, and there's a couple there. So you've got just a page, not really that many. Now obviously you can bid this. So for example, put this to around, I'd say 550 maybe, and you just want to bid up every page. So I'd bid as high as 550. That would be the highest I'd go. 600 even, sorry, just above 550. So if you see one with 550 bidded on it, you can bid on that, but that is the most you can bid. If you see 600, I would just say leave it. The alternative obviously would be to snipe them. So if we have a look here, you want to take this down to about, I mean, if we're selling them on, what we sell them on for, 800 I think it was. So 800 for the sell on. So you realistically want to snipe these bad boys at about 650. So I know that's not a huge profit, but when you're at like 1,000 coins, 2,000 coins, you can pick up like 3 or 4 of these, and then you're absolutely at about 4k. So then you can move on to the next filter. So obviously you're not gonna triple your coins off of this. You're not gonna become 100k, you know, after an hour of doing this, but this will build you to the next filter, and then we can get 100k from that. So bear in mind, guys, I am making this at 1140. So obviously right now the market isn't as live as usual, especially for commons, but we'll grab one and then we'll have a look at what we're doing next. So obviously I am sniping at 1140, guys. Commons are least common to come up at that time, but you got to remember, obviously right now I'm at boxing, so I actually can't make the videos as they go up. Unfortunately, missed that one because I was speaking, but I can't make the videos when they're literally about to go up, like an hour before or anything, because I'm usually busy. So I try and do prep. Sometimes I've got to do it late. Now, if you can build your coins up with that Rodrigo and Pablo filter, you can move on to this. So gold rare, defender, Syria, and Juventus. Now, of course, there is actually a special version of this which you can do, obviously, if you have a little bit more coins. But right now we're focusing on the bottom end. Obviously, it's Danilo, Bremer, and then another Bremer card. So it is a nice filter when you have a bit more. But for now, obviously, we're sticking to the gold rare version. Now, you've obviously got Quadrado and you've got Bremer on this. Now, obviously, they're the two who are going to come up most. You've also got Bonucci as well. I think he sits at a similar price there to Quadrado. These have gone up actually a little bit right now. They're about 1.5, maybe 1.6k, which is actually quite good. And we saw one a minute ago, 1.2. So you've obviously got a good room for profit here. So if you take off 80 coins for EA tax, that's 20 coins profit, 120, and that's 220. So arguably at this price, 120 isn't a bad profit to be taken. Obviously, it's a decent percentage of what you're putting in. We've just missed the 1.2 off the bat there. That's frustrating, but you can see they're coming up pretty fast, and that's good profit. That would have been a 320 coins. That one is a 220 coin profit, not bad at all, but you can see we've already missed some profit there, and we're still doing well off of what we've got there. So if we'd actually picked up the 1.2 that I saw before the video, the 1.2 there, the 1.3, and the other one, that's looking quite good. So obviously you've got a good opportunity there with this filter, and there's a lot coming up, and this is a late time to be sniping, so you really don't usually have that kind of opportunity at this time. So that is always a win. Oh, we've missed the first one. Have we missed a second? No, we managed to get it. That is a dub. That is a dub. So this one here is the next step. So gold rare, left wing, England and Prem. Now, if you take the price cap off, you've obviously got Sancho, you've got Grealish, you've got Rashford, you've got Sterling. Now, Sterling just isn't going to come up on this filter. The other ones are potential, but the guys you're going to be looking at mostly are Watkins, Gray and Rashford. So they all come up under this filter. I think Watkins and Gray are both position changers. So both of them stay at around the same price that Rashford does. And the cheapest you will get Rashford for is 1.1k, but you're not going to be able to sell him for 1.2. There's a ton at 1.1 there. So realistically, the EA tax on that is going to be 55 coins. At that point, you're making 45. At that point, you're making 95. And at that point, you're making 145. So realistically, that's not a bad point to be at. Oh, we've missed one straight away. We've missed a 700 coiner straight away. That is absolutely woeful. We would have been making, what, 350 off of that one? So that would have been a lovely snipe. Obviously, at this rate as well, when you're this low on coins, that is a very, very good snipe. You're getting a third of what you're putting in back as profit, which is, you know, that's a decent win. If you were putting in, oh, we got a 700. That is a lovely dub. We will definitely take that. All we've got is gold rare, right wing and Liga Santander. So you're really pushing up, obviously, bit by bit here. Obviously, this one goes a little bit higher than the Rashford filter. You're looking at maybe 1.7, 1.8. You can probably sell this guy on for. Obviously, EA tax there, 90 coins. So if you actually go down to 1.6, any of these, if you pick them up, you can list them a couple times and you're definitely getting the coins back. There was an 850 there, which we've just missed, which would have been unreal. But there, 200 for 300 below, sorry, you're getting 210 per card. We've missed one straight away, but we managed to get it. That is a win. That is a dub. A win is a win. We're going to try and knock it down further, so we'll see. I think that would be 310 profit per card. Obviously, at that point, you're looking at very, very decent profits per card. It makes things a little bit easier. You get 10 of them, that's 3k extra, and at this point, you're probably tripling, quadrupling your coin balance for starting from 0. So at that point, you've done really well. You're getting the coin balance up, and obviously, it is a journey going from 0 to 100k. If you are on 0 coins, it does take a little bit of time, but obviously on the lower end, you are going to be making less profit. When you go a little bit higher, when you get to the 10, 20, 30Ks, you do get the chance to make a bit more, and you will usually make more per snipe. Similarly ranked one, you got centre back, gold rare, League One and PSG. So you got Kimpembe, who's always going to be a little bit more expensive than the standard 83 rated card. You've got Mukele here, who I feel like might have a special card, but I'm not too sure. Let me just check. I know you got Marquinhos, you got Ramos, I don't think, maybe there is a Mukele one, maybe I've got that wrong, but I thought he was going to get a Future Stars or something similar, maybe he's had one before, but you're looking at around 2.3, 2.2 for him. You've got the ability to get Ramos and also Kimpembe on this as well, so being that he's so cheap, you are in a good position doing this one here. Oh, absolute bargain. That is absolutely unreal. So if we're putting both of them up for 2k, that is EA tax at 2k is 100. So that's 400 coins. Is it 400 coins for both of them? That is banging. No problem there. So that's 800 coins. Obviously, if we are on the lower end of things, that's absolutely banging. To be fair, I mean, 1.6, you're looking at 300 coins a card. I'd say with this one, if you go at 1.6, the reason is just, for example, someone might list a Ramos at 1.6, and yeah, you're making less profits on Mukele's, but if you missed one of them because you started at 1.5 and you missed the Ramos at 1.6, then you're losing a lot more profit than it is the hassle of getting lower profit, if that makes sense. I don't know if I can explain that poorly, but basically you want to be as close to profit when you've got higher rated cards, so that you've got a better chance of getting there because they're likely to be listed a little bit more. Oh, we got another one at 1.5, so that is what, a total of 1.2k profit off of this one. Really quickly, we've only spent like a minute or two off there, and you're really not starting these with many coins. Now pushing up from here, you can choose something like this where you get Lamar and Griezmann both 83 rated. Obviously, especially when 83s are required in SBCs, these guys go up a little bit at the moment, and you're probably looking at just under 1.4 maybe. 1.3, you got a couple here. So realistically, you can probably snipe at 1.2 or 1.1. So these are all really cheap filters right now, and you can make a very decent amount on them. Because of how much 85s are, the next kind of push up, you've obviously got filters like this one here, which I'd advise kind of the most if you go for gold rare Prem, Man City and England. If you go for forward, you're left with just Grealish and you're left with Foden. Now that's a really good one to do at the minute because you push up your mark a bit with the Grealish filter. Something similar would be gold rare France, Liga Santander and Barcelona. Obviously with Dembele and Koundé in there, you can make a ton too. Now when you go that little bit further and you get to like 15k, a really good thing to do is to use base heroes because they're still in packs, which means you can still get good steals on them. But it also, you can pretty much go from 15, 25, 30 with these because first of all, I think the base level, you've got Rickon, Dempsey and a couple others at around 16,500. So you've got Crouch there as well. And you've got the opportunity to pick up like 7 or 8 players with that. Then you move it over to, I think, Liga Santander. It adds like a few more 1,000 coins on. So then you've got Mustovi starting there, but then he pushes up further. Then you go over obviously to your next league, you go Serie A. That one pushes up a little bit further as well. I think maybe to the 41 mark where you find Brolin and Milito. So you keep pushing up, and the Kata. So you can literally use heroes to go from 15, 25, 30, 45, all the way to 100k. But obviously, first of all, we'll try the base foot heroes one, because that is where you got to start it off, and that's where you're going to build things up. You can actually realistically use these heroes a lot more than people think. I actually dismiss them a lot myself because I wouldn't use them in my team and I just don't really think about them, but they're still very usable players. There's a huge amount of the player base who will still have these in their teams. I think realistically, Crouch for 15k, we can easily get him gone at 16. Now that's not the profit we're going to be going for. We do probably want to be picking these up at 14,750 as a minimum. Let's have a look. No fresh ones there, because realistically that's kind of a decent profit. You're looking at a little bit more coins. Now the reason we're sniping at 14,750 again is like before, you want to keep close to where you're making profits, so you're at least making like 200 or 300 coins. But because there are loads of players that can come under this, and some which will have to be massively undercut and undervalued when they're listed, you just want your best chance at all of them. So while you might only get a few Crouch and Rickon bits of profit, you know, you might only get 700 or 800 coins off those guys, but when someone lists a Mustofi at 14,750 and you get that, then you're getting that 6 or 7k. So that's how this is really beneficial. It puts you in a position to not only get some decent snipes on these heroes who are worth 15, 16, 17k, you've also got that little opportunity that people, the 30k ones can come up under this, the 20k, you've got like a very decent chance at quite a lot of them as well. And when you push up to the Serie A one, the fact that Brolin, Milito and Nakata have all came kind of close now is insane. That is going to be a ridiculously easy filter to use just to kind of prove that point. Let's go to like 40k. I think they're all at like the minimum for their rating, maybe. Actually, no, I suppose they're a little bit higher. But if we go down, right, we get very close to there just being no cards. So 36 seems to be the mark, 36,500. So realistically, they're going to sell on about 36. EA tax on that, we'll do 10%, so 3.6. EA tax will be about 1,750. If we go there, we're making about 1,300 coins off any card we snipe. Oh no, after all that time, a 32,750 goes up, something that would have been what, 1.5, something like that profit. We were doing compare price for so long and someone else has beat us at 11. Not even, it's 12 now. It's not 11.30 anymore, it's 12. I'm gonna have to end it there. You guys probably won't have to, because you guys I'm sure will get a ton of snipes, but I'm not gonna continue to take L's. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. And we do have a video on how to get unlimited packs again, especially with the new SBCs, especially with all the changes right now. So that'll be out in the next couple of days, so make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.